So, to speak about our CEO, Stephan Graziani, you know him, 32 years in Herbalife business. Can you imagine 32 years? He is master. Okay, so 70 markets they have business. 70 countries in business having in 70 countries. Can you imagine how much depth they must be having, how much hard work they must be having? Can you imagine they are the masters? So in 2010, he became Chairman's Club member and 2018 achieved the prestigious founder circle level and he came even up to number one levels also, number one in the entire company. And now, for all of our sake, he rise to the occasion. He wanted to really help our country drive into big vision. He has a big vision. He wanted to make this company as a not just a company, but like a big platform. And he's driving transformation and he's changing the strategically level. He makes a lot of strategical planning for us. So I really wanted to welcome our Stephen Grazian. And before that, I also wanted to see one more angel here. You see, they are the masters here. Two giants are here sitting for you. None other than our Eric Ore. So he's like a very compassionate leader in network marketing for over 25 years. He has so much of depth of understanding about network marketing and our business. And he helped many organizations, including 5 lakh distributors to build their business in as many as 60 countries. Can you understand 60 countries? 5 lakh distributors. So it's unimaginable, mind-boggling. He's an accomplished trainer and most sought after trainer. You call him, very difficult to get this appointment. We are so fortunate to have them in this for next 1.5 hour, 2 hours. And he's also strategic coach, trainer, and consultant. So with this, I don't know how you welcome them. They are really going to change your lives and when you permit them to do it. So you are my friend. So with all our Indian kind of welcome, you throw hearts, throw balloons, or whatever you want to throw, but throw. Okay, I want to welcome our wonderful angels here, none other than our CEO, Mr. Stefan Graziani, and also our business philosopher, mentor, and strategic coach, Mr. Eric Ore. Welcome, Stefan.
All right. Thank you.
Ore, welcome.
Thank you very much. Thank you for that very special and just with heart introduction. And really proud of you and everything that all of the leaders in India have accomplished. India is an amazing success story in the history of Herbalife, growing to become the #1 market in the world. And the impact is truly incredible. You're the first market to actually have 4 extravaganzas in a market in 1 year, which is absolutely incredible. And so the success of India and everything that you've accomplished, it's historic. It's never been done that way. The United States, obviously, is the oldest market in the world. It's the #2 market now, working hard to be in the competition for #1, but really, the story of India becoming the #1 market goes back probably 12, 15 years ago. There was a time where India was doing around 1 million volume points a month. And we knew that the size of India, we knew that there was a question of also the leadership within India and the opportunity that this market could become and would become the #1 market in the world. And you've accomplished that over the last 2 years. So, #1, congratulations to all of you. And I'm here with Eric next to me. We have been in Santiago, Chile for the last 2 days. We had an incredible Diamond Development Mastermind Day yesterday for 10 hours with the leadership from about 17 countries here in the region. And I can tell you that it's an event, and not an event only because it's the kickoff that we're doing here, but it's a mastermind and it's a structure and a support group and a community that is designed to develop leaders. And so we know that everyone that's watching this, you're already a leader because you, by the nature of the position that you have in the company, you're a GET team member, maybe you have 1 month royalties in this qualification period and beyond. So
তার
you
আগে
are
এসেই
seeing
গেছেন, একটা
now
স্তরে কিন্তু পৌঁছেই গেছেন।
what is going to happen and what can you do
আহ,
over the next 2, 5, 10, 15,
2,
20, and
5,
30 years of
15,
your business
20,
into the
30 বছরে
future.
আর কি কি
And
করতে
so
পারেন
in
ভবিষ্যতে
this
ব্যবসা?
Diamond Development Mastermind, Roger started talking about diamonds and how they're formed and how precious they are. And the name of the Diamond Development Mastermind, really it's coming from two places. One is that we want each and every one of you to become president team members in the future so that you actually get to that place where you receive from Herbalife your diamond president team pin. And it is important because it's one of the levels in the company that almost every leader, when they come into the company, they want to accomplish. It's like the life career goal. And I know Eric does this most of the time, but I'll just do it because I'm learning from him all of the time. But how many of you put in the chat a 1 if you are committed to work in Herbalife to become a president team member, that it's part of your goals, your dreams, it's what you work for, it's what you think about, it's the vision that you have is to
और
accomplish
आपकी
the
दृष्टि,
president
आपका
team
सपना ये है
qualification
कि
in your career of Herbalife. Very good. So we know that that's important. What we want to do is we want to give you a structure and to be a part of a community and to have an environment that is going to give you the best chance to have that happen. And it's going to be your own hard work, effort, personal development, learnings, and investment into your business that's going to make that happen. But we want to bring on our end what we can bring as a company and as leaders to be able to help you the best that we can to make that happen. But when you become a president team, it's probably one of the most important, milestones in a career of Herbalife. But the Herbalife marketing plan does not end there. As you know, you have so many president team members in your country. And so becoming a president team number 1 is one of the goals. But then to help people in your organization become president team members so that you can move beyond. And you can have your 1 diamond and your 2 diamonds and your 3 diamonds and your 4 diamonds, and that you can become a chairman's club with your 5 diamonds. And so let me ask in the chat, how many of you actually, when you look at your lifelong career in Herbalife, did you actually say that becoming a chairman's club is something that you aspire to achieve and it's a goal of yours? Let's have you put a 2 in the chat if you're committed to getting to chairman's club as part of your Herbalife journey and history and legacy. Very good. So really it's twofold. The Diamond Development Mastermind is about helping everyone become president's team and then move beyond and helping people within your organization become president team so you can collect the diamonds that Raju was talking about that really do need to get developed. And so, this idea of a mastermind is a new idea for Herbalife. We've never had in the history of 45 years a mastermind program in the company. This is the first time in 45 years history. So it doesn't matter how many years you've been a part of Herbalife, you're all going to have an opportunity to experience for the very first time and be the very first people that are participating in the program, a mastermind program within Herbalife. And the idea of this mastermind, it really came from a couple of places. One, I'll tell you that as an individual distributor leader that was 32 years more, a little 32 years and a half building a business, I participated in quite a few masterminds myself. Not in Herbalife, but masterminds of individual leaders or thought leaders in business or different personal development, different areas of specialty that were offering opportunities to be a part of a smaller circle in a group of people so that I could have proximity to them, but also to other people that were at the same level that I was. People that wanted to take their business or their life or their health or something to another level, and that they were willing to do a couple of things. One is that they were willing to pay to have the access and the proximity. And two, they really wanted to be in an environment with other people so that they could raise their standards, that they could also benefit from learning from other people that were wanting the same thing, that maybe had a different perspective, but it would create a better value. It would enrich the personal experience based on being a part of people that had different experiences. And so I experienced this as a leader. It was something that I don't want to say I naturally gravitated towards, but I had this philosophy and this principle that the most valuable thing that you could do with money was do something that would invest in you becoming better and having more information, knowledge, wisdom, access, and that I was always willing to invest in that. And so in my
करने के लिए
career as a
हमेशा
distributor,
तैयार था
I invested hundreds of thousands of dollars over a period of 3 decades into different programs and masterminds. And I always found it personally valuable. It was one of the things that I did as a leader. I don't want to say it set me apart from others, but it was just one of the things that I did. And it probably wasn't such a common thing that was happening overall. And it wasn't an Herbalife thing that was happening. And when I decided to step into the role of executive, it was quite interesting because obviously I had a relationship as a distributor with many leaders, but now I had more visibility to what more leaders were doing also that I maybe wasn't close to. And I started to hear in the United States that there was some of our leaders that were participating in a mastermind with Eric, and they were paying tens of thousands of dollars, and the feedback was that it was extremely valuable for them, that they were getting information and access to knowledge and to experience and to other leaders in the industry, and they were finding it incredibly valuable. And I had an opportunity, and I'll be honest with you, because I never had, when I did masterminds, it was never with people that were in the industry, actually. It wasn't with people that were specialists in multi-level marketing. It was more maybe personal development people or business development, but maybe more traditional or marketing people or digital marketing people or branding people, but it wasn't specific to the industry. And, I don't know for what reason, but it just was, I was never gravitating towards someone in the industry that was a leader. But we had these leaders that had gone and now had started participating. So it was kind of like, wow, is there something about the industry, and is there value to get from someone who's the thought leader in the industry? And when I started to hear the feedback from our leadership, some of our leadership, I thought it was really interesting. And I had a chance to go to Las Vegas to participate in an event where one of our leaders had invited Eric to come down and to speak to his organization and to kind of this model that he was doing in terms of challenges. And I remember being there with Rob Levy, and I remember listening to Eric. And I'll be honest with you, it was for the first time since being with Jim Rohn at an event where it was an outside speaker, but I could tell by the way that he was speaking that he really knew as a company and our leadership and the things that
कंपनी के बारे में लीडर्स के बारे
కంప్యూటర్ కట్టేకిದ್ದಾರೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ
ఎదుర్కొంటారు ప్రశ్నలు పర్సనల్ అతనికి మనసులావని తోడని
చూసాను అది అలాగే
এবং যেভাবে তিনি মানুষের
the distributors in the room, it was like, there's really something here. And so we started a conversation about what would it look like to bring Eric inside of the company and actually start delivering the same kind of value that he had been delivering for decades to leaders that actually quite a lot of leadership now in Herbalife started to pay for. And so, just think about this a little bit, but literally tens of thousands of dollars, individual leaders paying. And if I ask you the question, many of you right now, you're not in a position to pay that kind of money, but some of you are. Ask yourselves the question, would it be worth paying $20,000 or $30,000 to learn how to become a president team? Or would it be worth it to pay $20,000 or $30,000 a year to learn how to become a chairman's club? And the answer would be yes, of course, right? And so the idea, and this is really, you can thank the company for this, but the idea was to bring the value of $20,000, $30,000 a year of information and training and education and support and proximity, to bring it into Herbalife, to make it available for everyone. And quite honestly, there are pros and cons to doing this. Number one, the pro is all of a sudden, if you multiply $20,000 times 1,000 people, it's millions of dollars of training and education and value. But on the other side, when you give it away for free, as you know, sometimes people don't value what's free the way they value what they pay for. And so part of what we needed to figure out was, how could we bring the value, but how could we make sure that the distributors and the leaders really got the value if they weren't paying? And so we've created a program where you're going to have to give the value. It's a level of commitment. It's a level of thinking outside of just your own personal gain, but thinking about others and supporting them in becoming successful. It's a commitment to do homework and actually participate fully. And quite honestly, it's something that is given for now, but it's something that over time will be only given to those that earn it. And the earning will be through the participation. The earning will be through taking the learnings and taking what's provided and investing it into your business and producing results with it. But since it is new and since it is the beginning, we've designed a way for you to get into the program, and it is for a certain level of leadership. We want to start this, we want to deliver the value and make sure, since it is a new program, that as we learn through the process, that we're really able to deliver the value and to learn together and develop the program together. And so it is limited who will be able to participate. And I know that this is going to be an event also, which is around your LDR, which really the qualification is in 1 month between May and July, 1,000 royalty points to be able to go to the event. And I know the event already is, sold out, which is amazing, the amount of leadership and commitment that there is. But also know that even if it's sold out, if you qualify to participate in the Diamond Development Mastermind, you will also have access to the LDR, when others that didn't qualify, that haven't had a ticket yet, they unfortunately will not have access because it is limited in size. And so, I want to kind of throw it over to Eric, because he's been doing masterminds for quite a few years. And he's a master of masterminds. And so the partnership and the development of this program, and I can tell you the feedback from yesterday, and this is probably the 5th time that we've done this, it's always the same. And it doesn't matter whether it's a chairman's club or whether it's a millionaire team member or a Get Plus member. When they participate in the first day, it's actually kind of mind-boggling for them, because it doesn't matter how many years or what level they are in the company, they've never had that level of training. They've never had that level of engagement and in that way. And so this is a very special event, and it is something that I will tell you that if you are already at 2,500 royalty and you are qualified and you have not yet purchased a ticket, you need to make sure that you do what's necessary to be there. And if you are in right now in June, in July, and you have not yet qualified, right, you want to make sure that you do your qualification over the next 2 months to participate, because there will only ever be the first mastermind start, right? There will only ever be this beginning. And although the program will be going on, to be in that room, to participate as a leader, and a future leader of India, and a future Chairman's Club member of India, and president team member, it's going to be a very special experience. So let me hand it over to Eric, I'll come back at the very end and talk about a little bit about kind of how the process works. But he really is the master of masterminds. And he's the master of knowing so many different companies and leaders in companies within our industry and our channel, and through decades, helping them navigate individual circumstances, market circumstances, organization circumstances to achieve the highest level possible. So let me hand it over to Eric. And all I can say as a company, we've been incredibly blessed to, number one, have created this partnership and just the commitment that he has to making a difference in people's lives. So Eric, thank you for who you are and the partnership. And let me hand it over to you.
It's my great pleasure. Masterminds are maybe my most exciting thing in my life. Personally, masterminds that I've attended, it's a shortcut to success for sure. If you can get together with a group of people who have similar goals and similar aspirations, and you can learn from each other, it's tremendous. And the masterminds that I've conducted, he's not lying. It's $30,000 a year to be able to have the experience that you're going to be having in this Diamond Development Mastermind. And the company made the investment to say, all right, we're not going to have our leaders write a check for that amount, but we're going to ask them to be committed as if they wrote a check. So that's what I'd ask you, to act as if you wrote a check for $30,000 and treat it with that level of seriousness. Don't miss any Zooms. Don't miss any meetings. Never, ever miss an assignment. Treat it seriously, and you're going to get serious results. So the reason why this is so good is it's a combination of Stephan's knowledge from the field, 32 years in the field, and all that experience. My knowledge, 37 years in the profession, and for the last 17 years working specifically, generically around the world. I have a view and I see what's working and what isn't working and how people can fix problems in real time and grow their teams in real time. And then the third piece, so it's Stephan, myself, the third piece is you. There's some of you that have done brilliant things, and you're going to have an opportunity to share those brilliant things, and we can together kind of crowd learn. You know, we take all the information we learn together and we learn faster. The idea of a mastermind is you take one mind and a second mind, you put them together, it creates a third and more powerful mind. That's the whole concept. There's something special happens when we come together as a group. So why to be a part of this? The training, obviously, you're going to learn best practices from around the world. The recognition and prestige of being part of this group, there's going to be people who are in and people who are not. The accountability. Well, I've learned a long time ago that accountability causes people to make different actions and take different actions, not only for accountability for you, but teaching your organization how to be accountable to their own goals. Healthy competition. If you're competitive at all, there'll be opportunities for competition for you to be able to grow. There's community and support, and that's tremendously valuable. Just having community, somebody that you can talk to, because our business gets a little lonely. You can't say certain things to your upline, you can't say certain things to your downline, but in a mastermind, you can actually talk about the challenges that you're having in a safe place and get answers on how you can solve those problems faster. I believe that this is the future of Herbalife. As this group goes, so goes Herbalife. We strengthen this group of leadership because leadership is everything. We strengthen this group, then everything else will take care of itself. And not only are you going to learn from us, but we're going to learn from you. We're going to learn in real time what's working in the marketplace, in the region, kind of region by region, DMO by DMO, to be able to improve. Okay, so some of the reasons why to join, and I know you're here because you're interested already. I've learned that there's kind of 4 different stages of a career in the network marketing profession in Herbalife, 4 stages, and $0 to $100,000 in earnings typically is exhibited by just hard work. You don't have a lot of duplication, you don't have a lot of freedom, you don't have a lot of time, but you work really, really hard. Make a decision, and then just grit, hard work. From 100 to 250,000, duplication and systems and flows start to begin to take root, and they start to work with or without you. At the beginning, it's all about you. But from 100 to 250, you start to get some duplication. From 250 to 1,000,000, the promotion skill, and we'll spend a lot of time on this, learning how to promote a campaign, a product, a DMO, a business flow, an event, learning how to be a promoter, not just an announcer, not just an inviter, but a real promoter is a very highly paid skill. And then 1,000,000 and above, which is the goal for everybody, make the big money. It's all about leadership development. How do you lead yourself? How do you lead others? And how do you lead leaders and stay in good relationship? All the drama in our business happens from a breakdown between leaders. And we can show you how to have an organization of mutual respect. You don't need to love each other all the time, but you can have mutual respect for each other all the time and have a united organization, regardless of different styles, different DMOs. You can keep the organization focused and eliminate distractions. And that's the fastest growing organizations. That's what they do. So what you're going to learn in this mastermind, you're going to learn culture.
जो लक्ष्य है उससे डिस्ट्रैक्ट नहीं होना है
What you want to be known for, what you want to be known against, how to protect that culture.
और
You're going to learn mindset, the $1 million
आपका जो
mindset,
माइंडसेट है वो
how to
बिल्कुल
get rid of
सही
limiting
प्रकार से
beliefs,
चलना
how to
चाहिए
replace them with empowering beliefs. You're going to learn skills. And it's not just skills for you, because you already know skills. You need to learn how to teach skills and how to teach people how to teach to have skills. Build a culture of thickness of skills. Ultimately, the highest skilled team wins. So how do you develop a system that trains more people to become highly skilled? Because if they're skilled, they're going to have more confidence. They're going to have more confidence. They're going to take more action. And we all know if you take more action, you're going to get better results. So culture, mindset, skills, we're going to optimize, show you how people around the world are optimizing every different business model that is working inside of Herbalife. You might not be engaging in one of those particular models, but as a leader, those models are probably going to exist somewhere in your team. And if you have a knowledge of that and how to optimize it, then you can effectively coach that person. If you're not doing that particular DMO, but somebody on your team is, you can still be an effective leader and help them maximize that model. We're going to be talking about market-specific business flows, how to strengthen them, how to identify what's working, how to anticipate when times are changing and you need to modify. We're going to help you with all of those things. Every one of your DMOs, whatever you're doing, we're going to show you how to improve them. Sometimes little tiny things added to your current DMO can add up to big results. Sometimes it's 1% here turns into 100% increase in your productivity with the DMO. So we're going to help you identify those things that you can test, things you can try, things that you can model, things that you can look at what other people did and see if it's a fit inside of your DMO. Personal leadership development. Obviously, you're from a culture and an organization that's been dedicated to personal growth back through Jim Rohn and everything else. How do you develop yourself, but how do you develop your teams? How do you get your teams with an unstoppable mindset, constantly developing themselves? If they want to have more, they need to become more. And you need to be the leader that guides them in that process. Team leadership development. How do you develop thickness of team leadership? Not just you and everybody's following. How do you get leaders who have leaders who have leaders who have leaders, and all connected with mutual respect? We're going to be giving you assignments and challenges along the way that are designed to help you strengthen all of these different things. And ultimately, we're going to help you maximize every single program, maximize every single event, maximize every single product introduction, every single innovation that the company rolls out. And there's plenty of innovation coming. Learn how to handle change, learn how to deal with adversity. This is a big boy and big girl group where we deal with real life issues. And if you've wondered if there's such a place that you can go to, that you have a safe place where you can learn and grow, where you don't have to worry is this information applicable to my business? All of it is applicable to your business. This is the only place in the world, the only company in the world that I'm aware of that has made this level of commitment into the leadership around the world. It made a big investment, but all they ask, and all I would ask, is pretend that you wrote a check for $30,000, even though you don't have to. Pretend that you did. Now treat it like you've done that. Treat it seriously. Make the commitment of your time, commitment of your energy, commitment of your participation. Lean on your leverage even inside of the groups that we'll create for you. Lead in small groups, lead in the events that we do, lead at all times. If we can strengthen you as a leader, then there's no limit to what you can achieve inside of this company. So I'm honored to be a part of it. I'm amazed and in awe of the company for making the commitment, but now it's on you. What you're going to do with it is really up to you. The company's set the stage. We're going to come in, give you the best that we have. It's going to be an ongoing relationship, but the real value is going to come from your commitment. So I challenge you to really step in, treat it seriously. I promise you I'm going to treat it seriously. I know the company's going to treat it seriously. And together, I think we're going to go all the way to the top. So I'm excited about it. I can't wait to see you in Mumbai. It's going to be amazing. It's going to be my first time in that city. So I'm looking forward to it. And I'll give it back to Stephan.
Yeah, thank you, Eric. So let's go on this idea of the $30,000. So let's talk about the event and how it's going to go and what you can expect. So number one, if you were going to pay $30,000 and you're going to be at the start of this event, when Eric says take it seriously, right now it would mean make sure you're organized, make sure you get to the city, not the morning of, and trying to rush. And what happens if the train is late or the traffic is bad and you miss out on the first hour, or something happens and you don't end up being there, or you miss half the day? That would be like the worst way you could ever start an investment into the future of your business. So you want to plan and prepare, know where the event's taking place, what time it's starting, what time you need to be there, enough time, what you need to bring. This is a day of being together. When I talk about that we spent 10 hours yesterday, it was from 8 in the morning until 6 o'clock at night. And it was something that people were there, focused. So make sure that you're there, that you're focused. One of the things that's really great about this is that it's content that, quite honestly, you're not going to get anywhere else. You're not going to hear about this. It's not an extravaganza. It's not a leadership development weekend. It's not a supervisor school. This is content that you will have never heard before. This is a way of looking at the business from a perspective, and from a leadership perspective and a business development perspective that will be new. It's also going to be interactive. And by the way, in India, we know multiple languages. There's going to be, translation. It's going to really need your attention to be able to really get the most out of it. So we're going to be with you for a day and a half. So the very first day and a half, and then it will become the LDR, where a larger group of people will be coming. And again, you need to have 2,500 royalty points between May and July to be at the event, to be participating. So this is like a get plus level. This is like minimum of, like, you're on your way to millionaire team. It's already quite serious in the business. And then all of the leadership above that position. So we will be giving content. There will be exercises that are going to be done in interactive periods where you're going to be breaking up into groups. You're going to be working on things in groups based on the conversation and ideas, and you're going to be participating and giving the feedback. So there's a level of being interactive, and there's a level of coaching that's happening in the room in real time. And so it is going to be a different type of an event that you've experienced before. And when we end up, the idea is to give you a foundation and really a start to an ongoing program. And so when we end the first day and a half, you're going to have a lot of content, you're going to have things that you've worked on, and then we're going to give you some assignments, right? And if we can just put this up here, so the event itself, it'll start with the mastermind session, the kickoff session. Then there's going to be some assignments that are given. You're going to be put into groups as well. And Raju's going to explain to you after what's going to happen. And there's an onboarding process because we need information from you to be able to put you into the right groups so that the people that you're with, you're going to be able to add the most value to and to be able to get the most value from and to be in the group and have the dynamic that's necessary to be a part of. Eric talked about competition. So just so you know, every single one of you participating, the assignments that are given are going to be very important. And they're designed to help you learn and to help you implement in your business things that can help you to grow your business. And so there will be this natural competition. Every participant, you will actually be in competition with every other participant. And part of the competition is going to be based on whether you do the assignments or not. So there will be an individual competition. You, compared to everyone else in the mastermind, and how well you're doing on doing the things you're supposed to be doing. So a natural one individual competition, but there will also be a competition by group. That it's in our business, it's not just you doing what's necessary to be successful, but it's you helping other people and supporting them to do what's necessary to be successful. That's actually how you become a diamond. You develop the president team, but you help others develop the president team. So the groups will also be in competition. How many of the people in the group completed their assignments? And so assignments are important and they're all designed to help you, to give you value and to help you to be successful. So number one, is the issue that you don't know what to do sometimes, or is the issue that you don't do what you need to do? It's more that you don't do what you need to do. This is designed to help you in that. So based on the content also and the feedback that we get, we also have an opportunity to adjust the content because the group will be going along in a process together. We're going to be giving you content that we know is important, but as the group develops and moves through the content, the group will start to, based on the feedback of where they're at and what they need and what you need, we will start to modify the content to always be bringing what's important. If the most important thing for the mastermind is that they're looking for ways of bringing more people to the club and it needs to be focused on prospecting and how can we bring more people, then what we can do is we can focus a mastermind session on that. And we can bring the most successful people that are bringing the most amount of people to the club, that have the ways that they're doing it and share it with the group overall. So guess what? The entire group has what's working the best today. And so the content will get modified over time as we go through the process together. And it allows us to make sure that we're always delivering what is needed to the mastermind group. So it's a very important part. So there will be that adjustment piece, and then we will build that into the next sessions, and the sessions will build on top of each other. And again, this is not a day and a half event. This is an on sessions throughout the year. There will be assignments, there will be feedback on the assignments, there'll be reassessing where the group is at and what's needed, then there'll be the creation of the next mastermind. And the one thing that I can tell you is that Eric is like an encyclopedia. There's a list of things that he's built systems for that actually relate to everyone's business. And it may not be that it relates to businesses for everyone at the same time, because people experience different things in their business as they go through their journey. It's very different when you are a Get Team member and your organization is small enough to wrap your arms around. It's very different than when you have a president team organization and there are people that now are, not first line, second line, third line, but they're going beyond, and your organization is no longer at a size where you can know everyone. and you can wrap your hands around everybody. And so there's different things that are experienced at different times. And Eric has this wealth of information based on the fact that he's been doing this so long with so many leaders in so many different industries and through so many different phases of time. And he spoke about it as well, as I happen to have also experienced everything that you're experiencing. If you're a Get Team member or a World Team on your way to Get Team, I've experienced that. If you're a Get Team member or a Millionaire Team member or a President Team member, or even Raju and Cynthia, I've experienced what it's taken to get to Chairman's Club. I've also experienced what it's taken to get to Founder Circle. And I guess I've got a question for those of you in the group, since this is the first time we're launching the Diamond Development Mastermind, and it's never existed in 45 years, and it's going to help support you to grow like never before. I know I asked how many of you were committed to President Team, and I saw the ones. I know I asked how many of you are committed to Chairman's Club, and I saw the twos. But let me ask this. If you're going to spend the rest of your life building Herbalife, how many of you believe that it's possible to become a Founder Circle? And maybe there's a competition of who will become the first Founder Circle or the first 2 or 3 Founder Circle. But if you're committed and you believe it's possible, why don't you put a 3 on the chat? And let's see how many of you in your life, in your career, working towards becoming a Founder Circle is something that you are committed to or have a goal to do. That's a lot of 3s.
Yeah, a lot of 3s. And let me add just one quick shortcut. You want a shortcut to Founder Circle? You want a shortcut to Chairman? You want a shortcut to Presidency? You know what it is? You already know the value of getting more people from your team to an extravaganza. You know what that does for your business. The same thing, but at a much higher level. The more people, if they're qualified to get into this mastermind and they're not in it, that is a lack of leadership from you. You need to do everything possible to have every qualified person on your team that could be in this mastermind. Okay? Because it's going to give you the ability to scale your business so much faster. So do everything humanly possible to let people know the value and do it together as a group. If you have a group of 5, 10, 20, 100 in your organization that are in this mastermind, and you kind of have a mastermind inside the mastermind, your growth can be 5 times faster than anybody else. Don't just do this by yourself unless you're the only one qualified. That's the only time that it's okay. If you have more people qualified on your team, make sure that they're part of it. It'll move you forward faster, I promise.
Yeah.
जरूरत
Very, very
होगी
good. Well, listen,
तो
I'll speak for myself, but I know I'm speaking for Eric. We are super excited to be with you in August and to have this experience together and to invest our time and energy into you and to see what's going to happen in your future. So thank you guys. It's not going to be a 2-hour session, a 1-hour session, because the real meat, the real business is going to happen when we're together in August for the Diamond Development Mastermind. So we'll look forward to seeing you guys there. Have a great evening, and we see you soon.
Wow, thank you so much, Stephan. Thank you so much, Eric. What a wonderful session. What a wonderful wisdom, through so many diamonds upon us and so much of wealth of information. We are so proud of you. Thank you so much for wonderful kickoff session. And leaders, before we go into the few pointers now, can you give a big round of applause to them? Our leaders, they're our mentors, our guides. They've taken time from Chile, okay, all the way from Chile. They are talking to you. Can you give them big round of applause? Maybe through your blessings or hearts or click, claps, whatever you have. Please throw your heart and bless them. Yeah. And don't go. Let us understand the last few points. Let me recap here. So these are the announcements from company side. What you need to know. Okay. India Diamond Development Mastermind session is going to be between 12th to 13th August. So it's a 1.5 hour session. So program qualification, let me repeat for you. Qualification period is between March 2025 to July 2025. Now it happened. Now this month we are in June 2025. So we have 2 months, June month and July month, right? Only 2 months to qualify for this event. And it's open to all the top teams and above with 2,500 RO, right? 2,500 RO is 25 get in, right? And above in any 1 month during the qualification period, any 1 month is sufficient, okay? That means if you are a get team member in this call, okay, and you wanted to qualify for this, diamond development mastermind, you know the value, how much is the fruits you are going to get from this session. So if you really wanted to take this series session seriously, want to participate in this session, you got to qualify in this month or next month. Okay, at least 2-5 get in. Okay, the next slide, please. So we are going to give some announcements also. Just hold on. Okay, qualify is a first ever Diamond Development Mastermind. Event dates on 12th and 13th August. Very important to qualify. So you need to qualify now. You need to qualify. Yes, everybody need to qualify. As I said earlier, this is a historical event. This is a first ever kind of event in our company history. So far, nothing happened like this. No diamond shaping, no, talking in terms of marketing plan, in terms of demos, in terms of how to grow to that kind of level. This is different kind of subject, okay, altogether. So it is led by Stephan Graziani himself, 32 years of experience, and Eric Ore. He is like a strategy coach. You heard about him. He charges $30,000 per annum. Okay. So you can understand so much of money we cannot pay, 25 lakhs, we can afford to pay. It definitely is worthwhile, is more than that. But instead of you may pay, I may pay, but all the people cannot pay. Whereas this is a great opportunity, golden opportunity for all of us to come qualify and get the training. Okay, so such as I can see there's a wonderful route is, wonderful route is ahead, wonderful road is ahead. So you just have to work hard. This month and next month is the last 2 months to qualify. Next slide, please. Slide, please. And it's a high-level leadership program. Okay, it will actually help you to. It's designed to unlock your potential, achieve your Herbalife business goals, and accelerate your growth through an ultimate mastermind experience. It's going to be mastermind experience for the masters. So next slide, please. India Diamond Development Mastermind Program timeline is like this. So you have to enroll by 5th of August 2025 because session is on 12th and 13th August. You got to enroll to DDM, Diamond Development Mastermind Program, by 5th, right? And attend the session on 12th and 13th August. After attending the training, then you'll join accountability group. You'll get a link to join this. Invitation link will come to you. You can join the accountability group. Then you will complete assignment. There will be assignments like a small task. So that will give you the seriousness, right? If you're serious, anyway, you're supposed to do. Whether you wanted to do this assignment, otherwise you got in the life also you're going to do. Before becoming president team, you got to do this. So that's anyway you're going to do someday. Now we are going to do these assignments. Once you accomplish before the specified deadline, so then you will going to be, taking you step by step, right? Next slide, please. So this is how the flow will be. So how to enroll? Please scan on this. Okay, if you have a mobile, QR code is shown here. Please scan on this QR code and enroll now. Now itself you can enroll, right? Before 5th. So maximum highest, last date is 5th. So now also you can enroll. The flyer is also going to come. That time also you can enroll. Now also you have QR code, reader. You can enroll and log into this, right? So I want to thank everyone for joining this call. It's now attended by 3,600 people. Okay. And we want to tell you one thing, in case you purchase the ticket, because already tickets are sold out. Okay. So in case already tickets are sold out, meaning if you already purchase your ticket for LDR, automatically you are qualified. If you do 2,500 RO, you don't require to purchase separate ticket for Mastermind DDM, Diamond Development Program, Mastermind Program. You don't require to purchase separately in case you already purchased the ticket. But unfortunately, tickets are sold out. So what is the next thing we can do? We cannot do anything. So if you already purchased, You are in qualified for LDR, Leadership Development Retreat, 1000 RO and above. Then we suggest to try qualifying, working hard for this DDM. Suppose you did not get the ticket, unfortunately couldn't able to purchase the ticket. Then what should we do? So we are requesting company to allow specifically for DDM because space is not there. For LDR, there is no question, there is no space because space is sold out, not there, so sold out. Now for DDM purpose, we are requesting company, we are all leaders, we are requesting company, ISG, India Strategy Group is requesting company, is there any possibility in case you qualified doing 2500 RO, okay, but unable to purchase the ticket, for those people we are trying, so not purchasing a ticket cannot be an excuse for you also. This is what I want to tell you. Company will take a decision. I cannot give you any guarantee, but company will take a decision. There are chances that company might think seriously to help you to qualify for exclusively for DDM because this is like a diamond development session. Okay, I feel so privileged to be part of this because such a wonderful call. I'm telling you, a part of the different countries as a chairman's club in different countries. The more they talk about diamond development mastermind, people are excited. All the countries, not just India, everywhere they are excited because the kind of content is coming, it's mind-boggling. We don't get anywhere. And those high-level courses also, they're not designed for India, designed for our company. So that is the reason why this is like I'm telling you, hot, cake. You got to take it and eat it. Okay, you got to enjoy the fruit of it. So I want you to please qualify and somehow pray for the company to open the ticket for mastermind. In case you already bought the ticket, wonderful, qualify for this. Either ways, you got to qualify, work hard for this, and plan now itself. Prepare your mind. You got to think about the big picture. President team, nothing less than president team. Okay, think bigger. Okay, everything starts from here. You think in your mind that I'm going to become president team. I'm going to become now. I want to qualify in this year. Okay, nothing should stop me. Give positive instructions. You will achieve it. You will reach it. Okay, because one thing, any success happens twice. One in the mind, second in the real life. In the mind, if you are clear that I'm going to clear this president team position this year, no matter what, give the commitment. It is going to be done. Right. Thank you so much. Wish you all the best. God bless you. Go and speak to your upline president members, talk to mentors, somehow you qualify. Get into this diamond development mastermind session. Thank you, everyone. Thank you so much.